This is fairly sparse.
Retired Fire Chief Pete Scully kneels down at the edge of a sweeping valley near Potrero.
This is all dead. So this is very fine dead fuel. This will burn very quickly. And this is similar to what we were seeing during the Harris, or prior to the Harris fire when we were concerned with fuels.
The Harris fire started near here just after 9 a.m. on Sunday, October 21st. The region was being buffeted by hurricane-force Santa Ana winds.
We didn't even get out of our vehicles because it was so windy. I mean, your pickup truck is just rocking. It's like being on a ship's deck. That's how hard the wind's blowing.
The blaze roared through this rural valley, consuming more than 250 homes and charring more than 90,000 acres.
This fire was laughing at 100 foot of clearance. I watched houses, literally watched houses at the top of Barrett Grade almost explode as the fire front came in.
Scully recalls it was like a chimney laid on its side, with flames and heat being pushed through the valleys by hot winds. One fire crew was overrun by flames near Potrero. He heard their pleas, but couldn't help.
That was, I mean, I'm responsible for that as the operations chief, and it literally felt like somebody had punched me in the stomach.
All those firefighters and one civilian survived, but another man died there. In all, 8 people would lose their lives before the flames were finally put out more than a week later. Just a few hours after the deadly Harris fire started burning, the winds sparked another blaze near Santa Isabel. CAL FIRE's Randy Scales says it would come to be known as the Witch Creek Fire.
The fire actually started just over that ridge. There's another set of power lines that run through that area over there, and it was actually started from a power line from one of the higher tension power lines that carries a little higher voltage of electricity than your normal power lines that go to your residential areas.
Once the fire was spotted, firefighters retreated to Ramona to save homes. This amateur video shows the black plume of smoke as the fire moved past the town. Seasoned firefighters knew where the flames were heading.
Typically your winds follow the valley in the strongest conditions, and so the low-lying areas, that wind channels through there, and it pushed it right through that San Pasqual Valley.
That's where the blaze found San Diego Fire Chief Rick Ballard. His crew was protecting a home on the edge of a ridge overlooking the San Pasqual Valley. Ballard saw the glow in the east and watched as the blaze advanced in the middle of the night.
For the first thing that we saw were embers going by us. Just like you slap again a campfire, the embers bluff, if you imagine having your face in that.
The Witch Creek Fire had joined with the Wajito Fire by the time the flames found Ballard's crew. They were expecting the head of the fire to hit around 4 a.m. The merged fire got there a couple hours early.
I've never seen it. The wind was taking, like I stated, embers and debris that were the size of a basketball and blowing it for miles and starting fires miles in front of the fire front that we were trying to attempt to stop.
The flames made 3 runs up the hillside that Ballard's crew was defending. The heat and thick smoke forced the crew to seek refuge in the home for a time, but they were back outside battling the flames a short while later. Ballard's crew saved this house, but the blaze roared into Rancho Bernardo, destroying 365 homes.
The huge factor is the wind. The wind, when the wind died down, we were able to get to work and finally get the fire out. And there are some conditions that are acts of nature that we cannot control. We do our best to make sure that the lives are saved, that we protect the lives, then the property.
More than 500,000 people in the path of the flames were asked to leave their homes. It was the largest evacuation in the county's history. More than 1,100 families didn't have homes to return to once the fire was stopped more than a week later. Together, the Witch Creek and Harris fires charred close to 300,000 acres. 10 people died in the firestorms. The wind-driven fires destroyed more than 3,000 buildings and damaged hundreds more. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.